Hi guys, welcome back to your mats. I will be guiding you through a practice today focused on some back bends and gentle heart opening poses. The sequence will be approximately 30 minutes, but of course you can pause and linger in any of the shapes for as long as you need to. You're welcome to stay on your mat after the sequence is done and move really freely. This is the time that you've carved out for yourself, that you've committed to yourself to move your body, be curious, and create some feel-good sensation. So we'll start together in a melting heart shape. So it's a little bit different than our child's pose. To set up, you'll have your knees just in below your hips and walk your hands towards the top of your mat. Keep the hips over your knees and allow your forehead to settle down to the mat. If that is a bit too much of a stretch, a block, a pillow, or a blanket is handy to have and to rest your head on top of either one of those props for a bit more support. If sensation does not fire up for you with the forehead on the mat, you're welcome to drop your chin so your gaze is slightly forward. But we'll be here for a few rounds of breath, so just make sure that you are comfortable and that you'll be able to hold this shape for the next few moments. And as you land in this shape right away, can you start to acknowledge the areas of the body that are speaking to you? We've done a few days of practice together now, so there might be a bit of tension across the back body into the shoulders. So can you use each round of breath to invite a bit of ease into those areas? Imagine with each exhale, you're able to let go and melt your chest closer towards the mat. Can you scan your body for every area that is connected to the mat below? And with that awareness, can you anchor into those points? So into your palms, your forehead or your chin, your knees. And with that foundation, those points of contact, can you create a relationship of trust to then surrender into the areas that are floating above those points? So that's your chest, your heart space melts. We'll come out of this shape really slowly to avoid creating any jarring sensation. So press into your palms, lift your forehead or your chin, and slowly begin to walk your hands back to meet in a tabletop shape. Give your shoulders a roll and activate through your core, just to stabilize out the back body. And press into your toes, tuck your toes, lift up and back to a downward facing dog. Pedal out your knees a few times right and left, and acknowledge that the sensation across the chest is fairly similar to the last pose we were in. So see if you can maintain that softening, that melting feeling of the chest towards the mat or in towards your thighs. But still that activation as you root down through your foundation, through the palms, the toes, the ball of each foot, maybe even your heels if they meet the mat today. And then slowly lower back down onto all fours into your tabletop shape. Send your right palm forward and open up to a modified side plank. Right toes land in behind you, left leg extends long, root into the pinky toe edge and reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Give your left shoulder a roll back as you lift your chest and your gaze up towards the ceiling. Then option 1 to stay right here as you work to send your hips towards the left side of your space. Option 2, lift your left foot up off the mat, bend your left knee and reach back for your foot or your ankle. As you kick into your left palm, continue to roll your left shoulder back, lift your chest, your gaze up towards the ceiling. You might start to feel a firing sensation through the left hip flexor muscles. But as you squeeze into your glutes, invite the space to open up across your chest. Stay for one more big inhale breath. As you exhale, slowly come back through center. Left hand meets the mat. Your left knee meets the mat. You're back in a tabletop. Okay. Downward facing dog again. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Pedal out your knees. Enjoy some movement again for a few rounds of breath. And lower back down onto both knees, both palms. Other side, left hand slides forward, wrists ahead of shoulder. Tuck your left toes, shift them to the left side of your space as your right arm will reach up towards the ceiling. Modified side plank, pause here, hold, send your hips towards the right side of your space, upper body peels back. Option to take the bind, lift your right foot, bend your right knee, reach back for the foot or the ankle. Explore the difference in grip, whether you're on the pinky toe edge or big toe edge. Where can you find more space across the chest and into the shoulder? You can lift your gaze up towards the ceiling as long as there's no strain in the neck. Stay for one more big inhale breath. And exhale, slowly come back through center. Right hand to the mat, right knee to the mat. Press through your palms, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. One more time, pedal at your knees, sway your hips, shake your head, no, yes. And then this time lower down onto your knees. Walk your hands in towards your body and rise up to stack shoulders over knees. Really gentle camel pose. Bring your hands to your lower back. Shoulders roll up towards your ears and exhale, shrug them down. Press into the top of your glutes and slide your hands down like they're going into jean pockets. Thighs, hips, stomach move forward, upper body rounds back. Now we're not focused here on how far we can round into the back bend, but more about creating so much space across the chest to breathe. So whether you're here, all the way back, all of those places are the perfect place to be as long as the breath can freely move. You take a couple more rounds. Stay for one more inhale breath. Rise up through center and exhale, sit back, hips on heels. Give your shoulders another big roll. You can close down your eyes and just acknowledge what may have come up for you in that shape. Downward facing dog, bring your palms onto the mat, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Pedal out your knees a few times, right, left. I know last time I did say last time, but why not give it another go? And then slowly come on to your tippy toes, look forward, and walk all the way to the top of your mat. There's a forward fold. Feet hip distance are slightly wider. Take an inhale to halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Shoulders roll back, core is on. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up, full body stretch, arms reach up and over. And exhale, hands meet at heart center. Inhale, breath, squeeze your glutes, send your hips forward. There's a gentle back bend at the top. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, fold. Tent your fingertips and step your left foot towards the back of your mat to a lunge. Lower your left knee, top of your foot. You can keep your hands on the mat, bring them to your thigh, or sweep arms up and over with that full inhale breath. The first time in our lunge shape, check in with how the hips feel today. Can you activate some stability by squeezing to the inner line, lifting up through your core, crown of your head extends towards the sky or the ceiling. And as you exhale, can you take your hands behind your back, interlace your grip, shoulders get another big roll down and back, and send your interlaced grip towards your left heel as you lift up through your chest. Okay, core is on, squeeze your glutes, think about a lift up from the hips and around back, gaze up towards your ceiling. Next, inhale, release the grip, arms come up overhead. As you exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Tent your fingertips, tuck your left toes. Plant your left hand flat and inhale, reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Rolling your right shoulder open, draw your left hip forward, right hip back, inner thighs fire up. Stay for an inhale breath. As you exhale, right hand meets the mat, plank pose. Step your right foot back to meet your left. They can be together or hip distance. Squeeze your quads, squeeze your glutes. Use your knees for support if you would like to. And everyone move together to tippy toes and slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Cobra pose 3 rounds with the breath. As you inhale, peel your chest away from the mat, press into the tops of your feet. Exhale, slow lower. 2 more. Inhale, peel through your chest, up through your chest, and exhale, slow lower. 1 more time. Inhale, peel up. And as you exhale, slowly settle. Root through your palms, press back, child's pose. Knees out nice and wide, big toes together to touch, forehead meets your mat. Okay, this is an opportunity to reset, catch your breath, land back in your body. Stay for an inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Press through your palms, lift your hips up and back. Inhale breath, right leg will kick up and back behind you. Bend your right knee and stack your hip. Think about creating as much space between your right knee and your left heel. Right knee lifts up, left heel roots down. Upper body stable, dome across your back body, but allow your heart space to melt. Inhale, come high on your left toes, look forward. Lizard pose, right foot lands to the outside of your right pinky finger and stay lifted up on the left toes. Walk your fingertips to a place where they feel stable for supporting the upper body. Okay? And as you inhale, melt into your hips, send your chest and gaze through. As you exhale, round across your back body, but squeeze into your inner thighs. Okay, 2 more like that. Inhale, peel your chest through, settle into the hips. And exhale, round, navel to spine, chin to chest. Just 1 more, inhale. And exhale. Next breath, can you lower your left knee to the mat, press into your left palm, and roll to the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Bend your left knee. Now it's okay if you can't reach the foot, we'll just aim for that. Bend your left knee and sweep your right fingertips back. Maybe they bind the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Try to avoid the big toe side so that we can create more of an opening across the chest. Settle into the muscles along the left side. Okay, take a big inhale breath. Whether you have the back foot or not, slowly lower your left foot down. Bring your right hand down. Tent up onto both fingertips. Tuck your left toes. Take a big step to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Heel toe your feet in hip distance. Take an inhale to halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Full body stretch, root to rise all the way up. Inhale, breath. Exhale, hands meet at heart center. Okay. Inhale, breath again, big stretch up and over. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale this time, tent your fingertips and step your right foot towards the back of your mat. Lower your right knee, top of your foot. Hands can stay on the mat or come onto your thigh. Roll your shoulders down your back. Option to take your hands overhead. Settle into your lower body. Check in with how this side feels today. And if you're adding the bind, slowly interlace your hands behind your back. Give your shoulders a big roll. Send your knuckles towards your right heel as you slowly lift up out of the waist and round your upper body back. Lift through your chest and your gaze towards the ceiling. Notice if you're tightening up into your forehead, create some ease with the gaze. Next inhale, come back up through center. As you exhale, slowly bring your hands down to the mat. Tuck your right toes under. Draw your left hip back slightly, right hip forward, inner thighs are on. Right palm flat to the mat, twist open to the left. Left fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. Peel your left shoulder more open. Space across the chest is open. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Feel your shoulder blades draw in towards one another. Stay for one more big inhale breath. And as you exhale, plant your hands flat to the mat and step back into plank. Squeeze into your quads, your glutes. Remember, you can use your knees at any point. Dome across your back body. Inhale, shift forward and slowly lower all the way down to your belly. All right, locust pose this time, arms out to a T, slightly back behind you, or that bind we found in our lunge shape. On your inhale, everything comes up off the mat. Inhale, lift your feet, your chest, your arms. Your palms move away from your back body or the mat, and as you exhale, soften down. 2 more with your breath. Inhale, squeeze up, and exhale, slow lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lift, and exhale, come all the way down. Soften your hands to the mat. Slowly tuck your toes, press back into child's pose. Invite length along your spine for an inhale breath. Downward facing dog. Exhale, root through your palms, lift your hips up and back. Pedal your knees, your inhale breath. Right or left leg will kick up and back behind you. Bend your knees, stack your hip. Let's pause for a moment here. Press through both palms, lift your left knee high as you charge your right heel down, broad across your back body, soft across the chest. Inhale, come up high to your right toes, look forward. Left foot lands pinky side edge of your left hand. Tent your fingertips slightly forward so you can create a lot of support for the upper body. Stay high on your right toes. You can roll to the pinky toe edge if that feels okay. Otherwise, keep it stable. Toes can turn out just a little bit. As you inhale, settle into your hips. Peel your chest gaze through, shoulders down and back. As you exhale, keep your hips low, dome across your back body, navel to spine. Again, inhale, breath. Chest gaze, pull through, shoulders back. And exhale, round. Take 1 more just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly come back through center. Lower your right knee down to the mat. Make sure the knee is as far back as you can place it so there's a bit more length for your right quad. Right palm down to the mat. Bend your right knee and sweep your left fingertips back. Whether they bind or not, we'll hold here. Left shoulder rolls open. If you have the bind, go for the pinky toe edge. You'll notice if you try for the big toe, the shoulder wants to roll in, but we'll focus more on creating that openness and space. Okay. Send your gaze to the back of your room. Take an inhale breath. Settle with your exhale. With a soft release, lower your right foot back down to the mat. Both hands flat to the mat. Plant your left foot, find a bit of buoyancy in your right toes, and step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Inhale, big stretch, arm up and back, and hands meet at heart center. From the top of your mat, anchor down through both feet. We'll come into a dancer's pose, but this will be the first round, so we'll take it a little bit different than maybe you're used to. So shift your weight into your left foot. I'll mirror you here. And bend your right knee so that the knees are tight together and your right heel kicks in towards your glute. Good. Okay. Squeeze into your inner thighs. Here in this shape, squeeze your glutes and grow nice and tall through your spine. Now, option to bring your arms overhead or keep them at heart center. We won't worry too much about the arms for this round. As long as the chest is open, the shoulders are down and back. On your next breath, can you use the strength in your lower body to kick back through your right heel while keeping your chest lifted? So it's like you're coming into dancers, but we're not using the leverage of the hand and the foot with a kick. Kick into your right heel, you feel your hamstring really fire up. Lift up through your chest, round back. Maybe you now sweep your arms overhead, almost like you're gonna grab for your toes, even though they might be a long ways off. Keep drawing your inner thighs towards one another. Kick back, kick back, kick back, and slowly, softly release. Pedal out your knees, let that go. And we'll try that same thing on the other side. So your weight now shifts over into your right foot. Bend your left knee back. Okay, so heel is drawing in towards your left glute. Knees, inner thighs squeeze tight. Okay, so we want to keep this engagement the entire time. Whether your hands stay at heart center, you reach them up and over. You can explore that for yourself in your practice. We'll start first with this strength. Slowly begin to kick back through your left heel while keeping the glutes engaged, the inner thighs engaged, and the chest lifted. Kick back so you feel the quad fire or the hamstring fire up. Your glutes are firing. And begin to reach your arms overhead. Bend your elbows back. Maybe you envision reaching for those toes. Keep length and round. Lengthen and reach back. Stay for one more inhale. Stay for your exhale. And slowly, slowly release. Pedal your knees right, left. Nice work, you guys. I know it's a little bit different. Inhale, big stretch up and over. Exhale, slowly hinge, mindful of your hamstrings as you forward fold. Heel toe your feet out hip distance. If they're not there already, take an inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Tent your fingertips, left foot takes a big step back. Hold your back knee up away from the mat, crescent lunge. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Sink deep into your front right knee. Glutes are on, quads are on, upper body is tall. Okay, now from here, take that interlace grip like we did in our modified lunge. Inhale, breath, send your knuckles towards your back heel, peel your chest up and back. Sink into your lower body, keep lifting up through your chest. There might be more space as we move deeper into the practice. Take another inhale, reach back, exhale. Inhale, come back up through center, tall spine. As you exhale, plant your hands and step back into plank. Root through both palms. This time we'll move through four-limb staff pose, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes, with or without your knees, slow lower. Inhale, press away from the mat below. You untuck your toes, peel your chest, lift your chin, lift your gaze, and exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Right leg will lift up and back behind you, bend your knee, stack your hip. Option 1, you stay here, hold. Option 2, flip over, wild thing. Come high on your left toes, left palm walks forward, flip all the way over. Both feet meet the mat like you're coming into a wheel pose. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips, gaze, fingertips, reach forward. And continue to open up that space across your chest as you lift your hips and reach. Stay for an inhale breath. Exhale, if you flipped, come back through center, right palm to the mat, right leg to the sky. Lizard pose, right foot lands. Stay high on your left toes and settle into your hips. Left palm flat to the mat. Right arm will reach up towards the ceiling. We'll add a little flow here. As you inhale, open up through your chest. As you exhale, sweep right arm under left side body. Okay, 2 more like that. Inhale, big breath, open. Exhale, sweep through. 1 more time, inhale, open. And sweep through. Right palm meets the mat, tent your fingertips. Big step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Feet hip distance apart, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, full body stretch. Take a back bend at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, big stretch up and over. Exhale, hinge, forward fold, mindful of the hamstrings. We have work done today. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, left side. So right foot takes a big step to the back of your mat. Stay up away from your right knee. Squeeze your quads, your glutes. Crescent lunge. Inhale, root to rise. Sink deep into your left knee. Squeeze your quads, your glutes. Call upon a bit more strength in the lower body to stabilize you here. As you exhale, hands interlace behind you. Shoulders have that big roll back. And as you inhale, lift your chest. Send your knuckles towards your right heel. Begin your heart opening, rounding back. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Still stable in your lower body. Can you press the back of your right knee more towards the ceiling? Okay, lift for an inhale, round back on your exhale. One more time, inhale, round back. Inhale, come back up through center, lift your upper body. As you exhale, slow lower, hands to the mat, step back into your plank. Inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes, slow lower chaturanga, elbows graze your ribcage. Inhale, sweep through, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Left leg will lift up and back behind you, bend your knee and stack your hip. You can stay right here, of course, or flip over. High on your right toes, right palm moves forward slightly, flip over so both feet meet the mat. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips, gaze and fingertips reach towards the front of your space. So important to activate the glutes, to lift your hips and allow that space to open up across the front line of your body. One more inhale breath. Exhale, gaze down. Left hand to the mat if you flipped, right leg to the sky. Left foot will step to the pinky toe edge, left side lizard pose. Okay, keep your back knee lifted. A nice modification would be to lower the knee, but see if you can keep your lower body really engaged. Right palm flat to the mat. Left arm will twist open to the left. With the breath, inhale, peel your heart space open. As you exhale, sweep left arm underneath right side body. Inhale, breath, big, stretch open. Exhale, sweep through. One more time, inhale, open up. Exhale, sweep through. Look down, left hand meets the mat. Find your buoyancy, tent both sets of fingertips for more space. Step to the top of your mat, let that go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, inhale all the way up, big stretch. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay, as promised, a second opportunity for dancers. This time we will use the hand for leverage. From the top of your mat, shift your weight into your left foot and bend your right knee in towards your chest. Give your shoulders a big roll. Maintain this really tall spine, core is on, and slowly send your right knee to meet your left. And just like we did in our first round, squeeze your inner thighs, your glutes, hips move forward. But this time, with your arms overhead, slowly lower your right hand out to the side, palm open, and find the big toe edge of your right foot. So your front shoulder will open up. Inhale, breath, tall spine. On your exhale, keep that length and begin to kick into your right foot as you slowly hinge. Focus less on dipping through the upper body and more about creating that lift and round back. Kick here, you can reach your left fingertips towards the front of your space. Keep squeezing your inner thighs towards one another. Maybe you begin to, if the space is open in your hamstrings, start the hinge forward, but try to keep your hips as square as possible. Stay for one more big inhale breath. And exhale, slowly lower right foot down to the mat. Give your shoulders a big roll. Shake out your legs. Other side. Okay, so from the top of your mat, you'll shift your weight into your left foot. Right foot. And bend your left knee in towards your chest. Give your shoulders a big roll, tall through your spine. And just like we did on the other side, send your left knee back in line with your right. Arms reach up and over. Create a tray shape with your left hand and bind the big toe edge of your left foot. Once again, it's more about opening up through the chest. You can play around with both sides and see which one feels more open in your body. Squeeze your inner thighs tall through your spine. Take an inhale breath. On your exhale, begin to kick into your left hand. Slowly hinge from your hips. Gaze, fingertips reach forward. Now worry or focus more on keeping the chest lifted, opening up the space as you round back, and less about how high you can maybe kick your back leg. If you know that the hamstring mobility is there for you, you're welcome to hinge forward. Maybe right fingertips meet the mat. But once again, let's focus on the chest opening, the gaze lifting. Stay for one more big inhale breath. And exhale, slowly land both feet flat on the mat. Pedal out your knees, roll out your shoulders, shake out your arms. Inhale, big stretch up and back. Move with ease, forward, fold, hug. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank pose. Shift forward to your tippy toes and slowly roll or lower all the way down to your belly. Stack your palms, one on top of the other. Forehead will rest. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Begin to release that work in your back body. Child's pose, press into your palms, hips meet your heels, lengthen back out. Take your time to linger longer in any one of these shapes that feels really supportive for your body right now. When you are ready, press up to roll over right or left side. Legs extend long out in front of you. Before we lower to the back, we'll counter our back bends with a seated forward fold. More of an opportunity to integrate that work into the body. Anchor through your sit bones. Shoulders stack up over hips. Take an inhale, breath, tall spine. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. And exhale, forward fold. Send your gaze down towards your shins, your knees, or your thighs. Use each round of breath to support you in creating space. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, breath, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fully surrender. Fold. Linger for as long as you need to. No rush. Take your time. You can press up to stack shoulders over hips and slower than you want to arrive on your back. With both feet flat, slightly wider than hip distance, arms can open up to a cactus or a T, windshield wiper from side to side. Another opportunity to soften the muscles in your lower back and up your spine. Shavasana. Legs and arms extend out long. Shrug your shoulders from your ears, even tuck your shoulder blades tight behind you. Then allow yourself to melt into this shape. Scan your body for each and every part that's connected to the floor below you. And can you allow yourself to fall really heavy into those points of contact? Notice how it feels to be in your body in this moment. Can you sense new energy, new space for breath? Maybe space for compassion and gratitude. Be with whatever comes up for you over the next few moments in this shape. And I will leave you in Shavasana to take as much time as you can in your day to be here. And take a moment to thank yourself for showing up, for your commitment and dedication to this ritual. Send out a silent thank you to the yogis that are somewhere around you, practicing, sharing breath and energy, sending all that out to the world. And thank you for moving into this practice with me with an open heart. I hope you can take some of that into your day or your evening ahead, into your interactions with friends, family, in whatever form you have access to. From my heart to yours, with so much gratitude, namaste. Thank you guys. I look forward to practicing with you again tomorrow or sometime soon. And if you have questions, comments, would like to chat, reach out to me. I am here for a connection. I hope to be able to support you over the next week or so. Thanks again. Namaste.